Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a filing that might sound a bit dry, but it hints at some big moves happening behind the scenes. Let's just say someone's getting ready to sell a hotel, and the details are actually pretty interesting. And before we get started, if you love digging into these kinds of reports and getting the real story, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We also have a fantastic Discord community linked in the description below where we chat all things business and finance. So what we're looking at here is a current report filed on the 20th of February 2026 now. Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated, a real estate investment trust that owns and manages hotels, is letting everyone know about a pretty significant deal they're involved in. Think of them as a big landlord for hotels. The company itself, Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated, is based in Dallas, Texas. They've got common stock trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol H. They also have several types of preferred stock out there, like Series D, F, G, H, and I, each with their own tickers. And then there are these interesting preferred stock repurchase rights, also listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Alright, let's get to the juicy part of this filing, which is all about a big agreement they've entered into. On the 12th of December, 2025, two of Ashford's indirect subsidiaries, St. Petersburg Florida Hotel Limited Partnership and Ashford TIS Lesita C, agreed to sell a hotel. This wasn't just any hotel. It was the Hilton St. Petersburg Bayfront located in St. Petersburg, Florida. The buyer is a company called Coulter Group Acquisitions LLC. The deal is for a hefty sum of $96 million in cash. Now, normally in these deals, there are some back and forth adjustments at the end, but the core price is locked in. The buyer put down an initial good faith deposit of $500,000, which is pretty standard. Here is where things get serious. On the 20th of February 2026, the buyer officially gave the go-ahead, essentially saying, "We're moving forward." And with that notice, that initial $500,000 deposit became non-refundable. That means Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated is pretty much guaranteed to get that money no matter what. Unless they somehow back out, which is unlikely, but that is not all. On top of that non-refundable deposit, the buyer also has to cough up another $1.9 million within 3 business days. So now we're talking about $2.4 million in deposits that have been or will soon be paid. This additional money is also applied towards the total purchase price once the deal closes. The plan is to wrap up this entire sale in the first 3 months of 2026, assuming everything goes smoothly. This includes things like final inspections, getting all the paperwork in order, and making sure all the conditions of the agreement are met. It's important to remember there is always a chance things could fall apart, but these kinds of deals usually go through when both sides are this committed. Now, like most companies making big announcements, Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated includes a cautionary note regarding forward-looking statements. This is basically a legal disclaimer. They're saying that some of the things they're talking about, like expected completion dates for sales or future performance, are based on their current beliefs and expectations. They can't guarantee these things will happen exactly as they predict because a lot can change. They're basically telling investors to be careful not to rely too heavily on these predictions because future actual results could be very different. They are not obligated to update these statements if things change, which is always something to keep in mind. And finally, signing off on this report is Jim Plorg, who holds the rather important title of Executive Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary. This confirms that the company is officially acknowledging the information in this report. So, what is the big picture here? Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated is selling a hotel for $96 million. This is a significant cash inflow for them, which they can use to pay down debt, invest in other properties, or return value to shareholders. The fact that the initial deposit is now non-refundable and they're expecting an additional large deposit shows a strong commitment from the buyer. This move signals a potential strategy shift, perhaps focusing on properties that are a better fit for their portfolio or strengthening their financial position. It is a positive step forward, but as always, we'll be watching to see how this plays out in their future financial reports. Alright, that is our quick dive into this Ashford Hospitality Trust Incorporated filing. What do you think about this hotel sale? Does it signal a smart move for the company? Or are there other factors to consider? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more corporate insights. Also, make sure you join our Discord community linked in the description for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.